5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, start with the keg smash right away again. Get my shuffle up, purify that red, and get him in position.
So it pays off.
Ads are coming in here. I'm gonna help leg sweep these just to get extra damage, just to help with the damage mitigation on the raid. Purify that red.
Taunted.
There's Lerald's taunt. I got my EB up too. Start rebuilding stacks as well right now. Keep an eye on my vengeance timer. I'm at 7 seconds. So in the next 7 seconds, I'll need to taunt Garrosh. I'm gonna start pooling some cheat too. Taunting.
Awesome.
So I taunt Garrosh, I pop my EB, which was at 15 stacks. I get rid of that red stagger immediately. And the Wolf Rider comes in, make sure that the tanks have aggro on that. Usually initially a healer or a ranged DPS has aggro on it, so we want to make sure that it's not hitting anyone but the tanks. Once these ads gets in and they're gripped,
it's personal, it's nothing special.
I'll spinning crank it a bit. Don't really need to, obviously, but just help a bit with killing them quick. And they should be dead any second now. There it is. We skip the weapon, okay, so we're free to move close to Garrosh. I want to make sure I have shuffle up, which I usually do, for when he's done that RP phase. As soon as he starts attacking me, I'm going to pop my EB, just to help mitigate some of the damage on me. And Lerald's going to taunt momentarily, just before, there it is, just before I go upstairs in order to refresh his vengeance. Once we're upstairs, I'm going to roll over to the ads, get a keg smash in, and then I'm going to get ready for my leg sweep. There it is, I leg sweep at the last second, then I spinning crane kick. I'm going to get one more keg smash in, get debuffs up, get that interrupt, and then I'm going to move over to the middle to help. Watch buffs, please. We're going to move close to this buff and get ready for the phase transition.
Mine's going to get a cast off as well.
And this one.
Oh, careful, no more. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I'm going to Zen Med this very first cast. And for this next one, I'm going to guard. Now we have about 27 seconds, so I'm going to dampen the next one. And then for the end of this, I have 2 more dampens left. For the end of this, I'm going to Fort Brew. Actually, no, I'm going to Rooks. So I'm going to Rooks now, and Rooks should carry me to the very end of this without allowing my cloak to proc. I'm going to start building up my shuffle stack as well. And I'm going to let my EB stacks make sure that they're at 15, which they are. There's no point using them now. He's not actually meleeing me. So last hit here, and then we're going to go downstairs. So I'm going to use my Schwen here. Get as much damage as I can with the 5 to 10k Vengeance. And then when it's almost depleted, I'm going to be taunting off Lerald with my 15 stack Elusive Brew. So about 4 more seconds. Taunting. So I taunt, I get EB up, stacks up right away, I purify that damage right away. We had the MC, so I'm going to move over into position.
This will be Wolfgang and Urkel.
And during this, I'm going to guard during the swirl. Get rid of that red stagger. Guard is now up. And at the end of this, I'm going to use my EB. No point using EB while he's whirling, he's not meleeing me. Get rid of that red stagger as soon as I can. Gotta be pooling my chi at all times. Start using Expel Harm now that I have dots ticking on me. I want to make sure it's effective healing from Expel as soon as it's off CD. Lerald's taunted at the 4 stacks. I'm going to wait till he gets his 4 stacks and then taunt too. In the meantime, I'm going to be building my EB like I have been all these other times. So there's the 4th taunting. I taunt, pop EB,
This will be
and make sure I purify that red. Make sure I purify red again. And during this whirl, I'm going to be using my Rooks. So here's the whirl. Rooks is up. I'm going to help mitigate some I'm going to help heal back some damage with Expel. As soon as he's out, I pop my EB. As soon as he's out of the whirl, that is, I pop my EB. Make sure I replace my guard statue as well. So there's my 4th stack, Lerald taunts. We're going to move into the new position momentarily. And once he reaches 4 stacks, I'm going to taunt. In the meantime, once again, I'm letting my EB stacks fill up. Taunting. I taunt, get my 10 stack of EB rolling right away. Keep an eye on my health. And I'm going to Expel Harm as soon as I see a dip. Just to help with active healing. There we go. Make sure I purify that yellow immediately.
Not get an initial roar and have a roar in the middle? I think it would be.
Okay, so for this last one, I'm going to use a guard just to help mitigate the damage.
Does that fuck tanks up if we don't get the initial roar?
No?
I don't think Sphinx really care because they're
Alright,
like
wait for all
fast.
stuff.
We're gonna be slow
Okay.
at first. Just roar in the middle.
Just make sure a healer's in our range, that's all.
Just let me know.
You want me to pack?
Watch your health, guys. We're not putting a lot
Going
of effort
now.
into these.
It's good.
I'm just gonna have
thought
Fort
it was
Brew
what
here
would
just to
you
make sure I don't die.
It's not in the right.
So I won't have Fort Brew later now, at
good
least
point.
until later. Like sweeping.
Getting doxy.
Get them all.
So I'm gonna Nimble Brew out of that fear.
Getting doxy.
And I'm gonna Zen Med
Guys,
first
use
one
your
here.
points.
So Zen Med's
I'll
up.
take that.
Eat one more with Zen Med.
Take it to the end.
Varn
That's
Diva.
it. So this next one I'm gonna guard. And this next one I'm gonna
Yeah, you
dampen.
can get Angs and Min Min.
Jez is
Oh.
over the next one.
Right.
I'm gonna
So
put it in
dampen's
phase.
gone. I'm gonna Rooks for the end of these.
My shit's down, so someone get a Angs.
Thanks, please.
And once we get out of here,
I
I'm
need
once again
items.
going
Oh
to
my God.
Schwen
Alright.
with the high vengeance stack. And we're gonna move in position in
corner.
blue.
It's gonna be a second. You gotta get RP.
I'm
Plan.
gonna keep my EB stacks for when I need to taunt, obviously.
We get you right after the desecrated. Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm about to wear off on vengeance taunting. So I
I got
taunt,
till
I get my
lane
EB
seats.
stacks right away, and I start dragging him into position.
You got this grip. Let's get everyone rebuffed, by the way.
This will be Selice and Shadow Priest.
Stat.
So during this, I'm not gonna have my EB this time, or my Fort Brew this time. So it's very important that I play well here. I'm gonna use my guard.
No damage.
I'm out here, guys. No deaths. Cannot afford to die.
2, 1, now.
I'm gonna pop my EB
Takes
as
it
soon
out
as
of
out of that.
It's final grip one out.
I have one out on me, I stunned it. So we're down to one tank now. Make sure I purify.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah, we're-
getting
Yeah,
these.
yeah, let's keep moving. I'm gonna EB here. Make sure I purify that red. Make
Any
sure I
girl,
purify
please.
that yellow
Got it.
again. And we're gonna start DPSing the boss as hard as we can here.
But
As soon as he's out, I'm gonna use my EB stacks once he's active again, which should be momentarily. And there it is. So he's active now.
can I die in
EB
this
stacks
phase,
are up.
guys?
Yeah, we are totally out of reses.
Be responsible for yourself.
EB stacks up again. I'm gonna purify that red. And he's going to do his whirl soon. For this first whirl, I should be okay with just the guard. So I'm gonna use EB again here.
Pet centered.
Get rid of that red.
Dick.
Your grip, Jez.
Can you throw a binding toward green,
Get rid of
please?
that get rid of that stagger. And here comes the whirl. So during this whirl, I'm gonna
Just
get my
live,
guard up in a
easy ass
moment.
push.
Yep, just live.
So guard's up right now.
Ass
Gripping
push.
in 2, 1.
I'm gonna dampen now while the raid is getting situated. I'm gonna
Thank you
help
for the
heal
buff.
with
That was
expel.
what's done.
Gonna purify that. I'm gonna get my EB up too.
One
I have one
tank.
out on
One
me.
tank.
Stunning it.
Just one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fine.
Okay, so that ad melts. I'm gonna move the boss back just a bit for
Ass
desecrate.
push.
There it is.
Back circle.
And here I'm gonna use my
Sure
Fort
the
Brew
boss
for the
doesn't
end of
move
this.
Before desecrate.
Yep. Stay still, guys.
Alright, we're good.
Okay, and he's
Might
gonna
beat
do
this
his.
whirl.
It's gonna be close.
This is everything.
Even
Oh my
5%.
Okay, so I'm gonna use
Easy.
my. Okay,
Hell
so we
yeah.
didn't even get the whirl
Item
here,
shot
so
in
we
the
keep
rest
those
direction,
stacks.
please.
So now we had a very easy time with the rest
never
of this
mind.
phase. Now we just.
Or whatever. Oh.
Now we just need
that's
to
not
focus.
good.
We didn't really lose.
We just
We
lost
just
one,
learned.
Warren and Hesp.
It has some?
Hess
We
was
don't
already
have this
dead.
available.
This was already, yeah. We just
Just
lost
one.
word. It's
One
alright.
left sec.
I can
So
take
here,
this
I'm gonna
button
make sure to
mouse.
plant my statue down right
Oh,
away.
shit, was he doing a mouse?
No, Hess
one.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Hess was not.
Only second.
I'll do second mouse.
What?
Instead of S.
Later.
Yeah, it's fine.
If we kill it right now, 15 minutes. I said 15 minutes. Alright, so we move the boss into position here right away. Make
Like a
sure
press.
I get my shuffle up, which likely fell off during that RP.
Stunning.
Make sure I
Stunning.
pull chi as
Taunt it.
usual to get rid of my red stagger immediately. Gonna purify again before taunting back. Gonna let Laryl deal with the boss for a bit, taunting. So I taunt the boss back, get my EB stacks up immediately. And I keep an eye, purify
Take
that
it,
red.
guys.
So Laryl's not gonna taunt for another 8 seconds because he doesn't want to taunt DR the boss, obviously. We're gonna Harrow soon, and I'm gonna use my.
If you're soaking, like,
I'm gonna use my
don't
Shwen
have
during
stacks,
that.
getting into it.
Again, taunting back. So Laryl refresh there. We're about to transition here in a moment. During this transition, I'm gonna pop
ready to
my
stack.
dampen while we're running, just to help healers with their
Stack
healing.
on circle.
I'm gonna pop EB too.
Alright, spread.
Okay, so dampen's up. We're gonna move quickly at first, and then once we get close to the position we need to set up in, I'm gonna slow down. So I'm slowing down here. I'm gonna tilt the camera to make sure there's no fire on his
That's
ass,
fine.
so that people
Keep
can
moving a
properly
little.
sit behind him.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
keep moving.
Should be
Here's
good there.
good, here's
That's
good.
good, that's good.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Please
pop
don't
Shwen now.
fucking do
We're in
some
position
bullshit.
here. Gonna make sure about my positioning. I don't want to be intercepting
watch your
by
aim, guys, when it
accident
comes
the
in.
Iron
Get
Star when
ready
it comes in.
for Stop cast.
Okay, so I'm gonna reapply. So here comes the Iron Star. I'm also gonna
Stop
pop.
cast.
There's the explosion from the Iron Star. Lost one person.
Lost bloodletters.
Do you want to zone
Right.
for it?
Taunt it.
Once he's out, Laryl reapplies his vengeance. I'm gonna wait a second. Taunting.
You should.
As soon as I taunt, I get my
Okay,
EB
spread
stacks
forward
back up.
mouse. Everyone else
Purify
will be
this red.
spreading.
And during this run,
spread
I
within
won't
the
have a
mouse.
CD to use here during this bombardment.
Dropping a bomb in the mouth.
So there's bombardment.
Drop some
So
CDs
the
on
only
those
thing I
guys.
can
Some
use
of
is
them
my
don't have
EB
much.
stacks. And I'll have Fort Brew in about 10 seconds, so I have to survive until that. There's no magic damage coming in, so the guard
Watch
is
out,
useless
fire machine.
right now. Gonna
Yeah.
purify
Fire
here.
machine.
Gonna check the ass
Be
again.
on square.
Just watch the ass there. I'll
Ready
tilt
for
it.
mouse in 5.
So I had a PS come up on me. After that PS, I'm gonna use Fort Brew right now. It's up.
Taunt
And
it.
I'm also gonna apply my EB EB stacks. Taunting back. So I taunt back once
And then,
Laryl
we're gonna
refreshes
use
his
an Iron Star.
vengeance.
It's hard to say.
40 seconds to death.
Let's try,
Just don't take the risk. I don't know.
yeah, let's spawn it. Let's spawn it after the. Let's spawn it now.
Reapply my EB stacks. My
You got
Fort
it.
Brew is about to wear off here.
Stack, guys, stack.
Spread,
Alright,
spread.
spread.
Okay. So here
remember
comes
the mouse
this
coming
last
real
one.
quick,
I'm
yeah.
gonna dampen for this run.
Don't let the wheel hit you.
Call
Mouse,
it, you know, like,
mouse is coming.
So we're gonna
Get
slow
it,
down
mouse, get it, mouse.
right here.
it's going to be coming in.
No fire.
Whoop.
Watch
Watch
it, watch it forward.
Star, Iron Star.
So we want to make sure
Stop
that the
cast,
Iron
stop
Star doesn't
cast.
hit us.
Just use everything you can to set lever.
Okay, so we're good. The Iron Star hit the boss. He's stunned,
Really
and we should
good
be able
this.
to get the kill here.
Still not over.
Killer.
Reapply my EB here.
Stack up.
Oh yeah, we're
Taunt.
fine.
For the
Guess we get the mouse.
And then that is it.
I just have to be in the, have to be in the office at 5:30.